All right. Thanks for being here today for our cash flow inventory process. Um, these questions are designed to be a very neutral inquiry. Someone could have had a lot of experience with organizing their cash flow and paying a lot of attention to it. And then this would be kind of a back to basics refresher set of questions. For others, they may have been feeling that call to pay more attention to their cash flow for whatever reason. And this would be a starting point to finding out where are some areas that could use some more of my attention. I like to distinguish the difference between I worry about it all the time, it bothers me, I lose sleep at night. That is a level of having attention on it versus I'm hoping these questions will help pull people into spending time on it as well. So a lot of us are bothered by it to different degrees. Some people not at all, and that's kind of a different situation. These questions are intended for you to just say, as of today, where am I at with it? Each person should definitely have some sort of writing implement with you. So make sure you have a pad and paper or a computer. You'll want to record your answers. And then I also encourage you, as open items come up, this happens for me all the time. I'll be talking with a mentor about this stuff and I'll go, oh yeah, this just happened to me yesterday. I meant to call the bank because the app crashed and I totally forgot to put that on my list. So the questions also may lead to your saying, oh, right, I need to send an email or I need to set up a time to talk with someone. So you'll probably have a couple different types of information that you record. And I encourage you to take more notes rather than less. It can be rare sometimes for us to just spend dedicated time in the space of cash flow analysis and even looking at the kind of the meta analysis. Even if we don't look at numbers, spending time on your processes and some of your beliefs about it, some of your experiences can really lead to clarifying what are some good next right actions for you. So before we begin, I love this group of people that's here with me now. Thank you, beloved group of people. I'd like each of you to introduce yourselves if you're willing, and I'll actually call on you so we know what order to go in. Please do tell us what you offer if you're in business and anything else you'd like to add. So Michael, I'm going to call on you first.
All right. My name is Michael Velzo. I work as a financial consultant, so I work with both individuals and small to mid-sized closely held businesses. I provide, to kind of go back in conjunction with a lot of what Beth offers. A lot of my work is rooted in a space where I just help craft a strategy for folks to achieve their goals. So on the business side, it's achieving, it's laying out what they're currently doing and finding out how we can improve certain processes, and then implementing those those things that can help them improve. Same thing on the individual side. It's financial planning to really lay out a strategy and help folks achieve near, intermediate, and long-term goals. I do this very much with a basis of mindfulness, and I think a lot of the conversations I have are in that nature. Just finding out what people are looking to do and finding the best way to align their values with what they're trying to do. So that's me.
Thank you. Full transparency as well. Michael is my financial planner. I'm very, very grateful to him. He gets fearful messages from me on a regular basis. And thank you for your grace and your patience. You're wonderful to work with.
Thanks, Beth.
Hetty?
I am Hetty Kaplan. I'm an executive coach and development consultant. I work primarily for organizations developing people and teams. Mindfulness is the foundation of my work. I think I would qualify it much as Michael has described his, oddly enough, although I don't deal with money. I deal with coherence, I deal with values alignment, I deal with career projection, I deal with personal development in a professional setting, and more dealing with individuals who are turning to coaches instead of therapists to get clarity over the meaning of their lives, their best next steps, and how to be more fully who they are in the lives they lead and the work they do.
Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. Jim, would you go next, please? But you have to unmute so we can hear you.
Someday I'll learn technology.
No.
I'm Jim, and I work with primarily mid-size and large companies who have a number of people in client-facing roles, which are typically sales, customer success, pre and post tech support, or they're consulting organizations or advertising organizations where the partners themselves are client-facing. And I help them use principles of mindfulness to develop resilience and a forward-looking attitude and maintain reasonably high morale no matter what's going on around them.
Thank you, Jim.
That's it.
Shenandoah.
Hi, I'm Shenandoah Weiss. I work one-on-one with people who are wanting career coaching, leadership coaching, a holistic approach to all of that. And I come from a somatic lens, so I'm very interested in how we can build practices to help us transform into the people that we want to be. And then I also do learning design and delivery and facilitation, mainly in corporate environments.
Wonderful. Thank you. And thank you, Marietta, for just holding space with us here. Thank you. And Casey, will you go next?
Yes, thank you, Beth. I'm a career consciousness coach. So I work with people, I work one-on-one and do group coaching for people that have anything they want coached on related to their work. So that could be burnout, career pivots, fulfillment, existential crises, all of it, leadership as well. And I also do leadership consulting for organizations and do some consulting in industrial organizational psychology for companies.
Excellent. Thank you, Casey.
You're welcome.
Okay, great. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and go through our presentation here. And there we go. I'm needing to click one more thing. Pardon. Oh, I see. It is disabled for this account. So, great. Improv in action. I'm going to read it to you. So the first one is a beautiful picture from Dana Menlove's Instagram. I will send it to you later. I'll put the presentation up right next to the video so others can follow along with it visually as well. So first question, how are you currently tracking your cash flow numbers? A, I just look at my bank account balances online. B, 1, I have a bookkeeper, but I don't look at the reports too often. B, 2, I have tracking software going, but I don't touch it too much. So you're going to either record so far either an A or a B or C. I use a tracking system and I spend time with it at least monthly. I'm clear on my income and expenses from month to month. D, something other than those options. And let me know if you need anything repeated. Okay. Next question. Are your business and personal finances joined or separate? A, everything comes in and out of the same accounts. B, I do have a separate business checking or credit card, but my expenses could appear in either account. They're still kind of mixed. C, my business has its own account or accounts, and preparing for taxes is pretty simple. D1, this one doesn't apply to me. I only get W-2 income. So I'm distinguishing between 1099 income for small businesses, or W-2 is a paycheck, and that can be handled in a variety of ways. Or the other D option is something other than that. Okay. Next question, number 3. How planned or spontaneous is your cash flow? A, I don't plan. What happens, happens. B, I plan some aspects and I know how much my recurring costs are on any given month. Negative surprises can still shock the system though. C, I have a spending and savings plan that balances realistic income and expected expenses, as well as leaves room for surprises and time off from my business. My tracking system is connected to the plan so I can course correct when I need to. And D is something other than those 3. Everyone good? Eddie's hydrating, good. Keep up your energy. Oh, good, Michael, good. Okay, next question. What's your perception of your amount of charitable giving as of today? A1, I never think about it. A2, I feel bothered that I haven't been giving more. A3, I feel bothered that I've been giving above my means. B, I give some, but I still have some unease about my relationship with charitable giving. C, I'm very satisfied with my current level of charitable giving, all things considered. And D, something other than any of those. Okay. Next one. When it comes to discussing cash flow with your significant others, such as a spouse, life partner, business partner, best friend, children of a certain age, so just being able to discuss it. A1, we talk it to death and I'm tired of talking about it. A2, we never talk about it, it's pretty untouchable. B, we talk about it sometimes, but I wouldn't say it's skillful. We don't consistently talk about it depending on what else is going on in life. C, I'm really satisfied with our level of connection and clarity when we talk about cash flow, which we do regularly. I feel there's mutual respect when we talk about finances. D, other. Okay, next one. This is a fill in the blank. If you had to pick just one area of growth to focus on, such as anti-racism, environmentalism, food justice, equal rights, family planning, political reform, etc., or anything that's really, really important to you, what one area would you choose to focus on? I can always tell when Jim is done. The rest of you are a little trickier. Everybody got theirs? Okay, thank you. Next question. This is another multiple choice. Based on your one area of chosen focus, hypothetically, which of the following would apply best to your current cash flow data? A, it would not at all reflect this passionate interest. B, it would demonstrate some interest, but it wouldn't be obvious. C, anyone who saw my numbers would see obvious financial care being applied to the issue within healthy balance based on the rest of the numbers. And D, other. Everybody good? Yeah. Okay. All right, 2 more questions left. This is also a fill in the blank. If you had to choose the thing you fear or worry about the most in terms of cash flow, what would it be? Michael, I want to do this between your eyebrows. Sorry, it's a tough question. And the follow-up to that question is, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most level of control you have over changing that situation that you just identified, what's your number as of today between 1 to 10 when it comes to how much control you have over that top fear or worry being addressed? So just your number 1 to 10, how much control do you have over it? All right. And last question, and I'm going to give you a couple minutes for this one. You can just choose one if you want to, or you can make a list. For what are you most grateful when it comes to your current cash flow situation, and why? And you can keep writing. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then we'll do some follow-up discussion.